I spent the last 30 days trying to find the best ways to improve your aim, and in this video, you will learn every single one of these methods to finally improve aim, rank up faster in an easy and straight to the point manner. I'm Kimmy, the manliest man with a girl's name, and make sure you watch till the end, because some of these things are really complex and demand your full attention. Alright, first let's look at neuroplasticity. Basically, this is your brain's way of adapting and getting better through practice. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you work it out with aiming drills, the stronger it gets. Now, here's the thing compared to the gym, where if you don't use the correct form, you injure yourself. In aiming, making mistakes is actually good for you. Every time you mess up, your brain learns from it and gets better. So don't freak out over errors. They're part of getting better. But of course, this is relevant when talking about aim training. If you're constantly playing badly in comp, that's another story. Next up, focus and acetylcholine. This chemical in your brain helps with learning and attention. When you're laser focused during aim training, acetylcholine marks what needs improvement. It's like a highlighter for your brain, pointing out the weak spots, and most likely you feel this instantly, especially when you try killing someone with their back turned, and instead of one tapping them, you sprayed all of your bullets. To get the most out of this, practice without distractions. Focus on the areas where you suck the most and let your brain work its magic. If you're constantly distracted, you're not giving your brain the chance to learn properly. So, shut off the distractions and get in the zone. Look back at other videos where I talked about playing in the morning and apply what I've told you there. Now let's talk about mentality and motivation, which is one of the most important aspects that nobody wants to talk about. We've already covered how your brain adapts with practice and the importance of focus. But aim training is also about mindset. Improvement isn't always instant, so stop DMing me asking why you haven't hit Radiant yet after watching 2 of my videos. Think of it like ranking up. As you improve, your standards for good aim get higher. You need a growth mindset. See challenges as chances to get better. Consistent practice over time beats random intense sessions. This is especially true when you're learning the game and trying to find your own shooting style. If you just switch things up every other day, you will not see any results. Set short-term and long-term goals. Celebrate the small wins to not burn out. If you got an MVP in a game, actually feel good about it. It's all about progress, not perfection. You might not see huge changes overnight, but those tiny improvements add up. Speaking of getting better, let's talk about fixing errors. One good method is deliberate underflicking. Aim just short of your target to improve precision and cut down on wasted movement. This helps you get a feel for more controlled and accurate aiming. I will talk more about this and mouse acceleration in another video, so make sure you subscribe to not miss it. Focus on fixing specific mistakes like micro adjustments versus wide flicks. If your flicks are overshooting, practice underflicking until you hit the sweet spot. Start with easier tasks to build confidence, then ramp up the difficulty to push your limits, as in real life. Now that we've talked about making and fixing mistakes, let's dive into procedural memory. This is the memory of how to do things, like riding a bike or aiming in Valorant. By repeating complex tasks, your brain makes these actions automatic. Think of it as muscle memory for your brain. The more you practice, the less you have to think about each movement. Consistent practice is key. Use aim trainers and in-game drills to hammer these skills in until they're second nature. This mostly applies for new players that haven't played the game for long or players that are just not that good at aiming. Mix up your drills to cover different aspects of aim, like flick shots, tracking, and precision aiming. The goal is to make these movements so ingrained that you can do them without thinking. When I was playing CS and learning how to aim better, I was still really bad at the game, but I did a lot of reaction maps and played a bunch of aim bots to just get the hang of how aiming works. After that, I focused on the things that I saw were lacking in real games and improved on those aspects. Now let's get into the physical side of things. Mouse grip and sensitivity. How you hold your mouse impacts your aim. There are 3 main grips: palm grip, full hand on the mouse, good for low sensitivity; claw grip, fingers arched, balance for medium sensitivity; fingertip grip, only fingertips touch, best for high sensitivity, which is the one that I use. Experiment to find what works best for you. Many pros have their preferences, so try different setups to see what feels right. If you're constantly changing your settings, your brain never gets a chance to fully adapt. Pick a grip and sensitivity and stick with it. Speaking of sticking with it, let's talk about visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool that even samurai and stoics talked about, so a Valorant player can definitely use this. Picture yourself landing perfect shots and smooth tracking. This mental practice boosts confidence and helps you perform better in-game. Visualization is like a mental warm-up. It prepares your brain for the real thing. Spend a few minutes before playing visualizing successful shots. It sounds crazy, but stupid enough it works. If you set your mind in the right place before doing anything difficult and you imagine it so clearly that you feel like you're there, you can also see what you're doing good and wrong without any negative aspects. The more vivid your visualization, the more effective it will be. Finally, let's check out some unique training methods. Training in a state of mild hunger can increase alertness and reaction times. Practicing in complete silence can also help you focus better. These methods might seem odd, but they can give you an edge. Another method is taking a cold shower before or after training. This triggers an adrenaline boost, enhancing alertness and performance. I recommend this not only for aiming, but for a clear mind. Also, going to the gym when you're stressed out helps a lot with aim training. Once you finish a workout session, your anxiety disappears. Try these out and see how they impact your game. Everyone is different, so find what works best for you and incorporate it into your routine. Let's not forget about hand-eye coordination. This is critical for aiming. Practice exercises that improve your hand-eye coordination, like throwing things and catching them. Whenever I was sitting at my desk bored, I used to throw a tennis ball up and down and catch it. Of course, other things like actually playing sports help. I used to play American football, and now I'm doing jiu-jitsu and MMA, so physical things actually complement other aspects in-game. These activities train your brain to process visual information and react quickly with precise movements. Spend a few minutes each day on these exercises. They might seem unrelated, but they help improve your overall coordination, making your aim sharper and more responsive in-game. Lastly, let's talk about reaction time drills. While I don't personally use them, a bunch of people told me to mention them. Use aim trainers that focus specifically on reaction time. Drills like reaction time tests and target switching can help you react faster to in-game events. Make these drills a regular part of your training routine. The faster your reaction time, the better you'll be at hitting those clutch shots and outplaying your opponents, or at least that's what the theory says. In my opinion, this is still debatable from game to game. So, there you have it. 10 scientifically proven tips for better aim in Valorant. By using these methods, you can create an effective aim training routine and see real improvements. Remember, consistency is key. Keep pushing your limits and stay motivated. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tips and tricks.
Arrivederci.